Hi, real quick before I show you this video, I just want to tell you that I looked at the video footage and I realized after that I had food in my teeth. It's just a little bit, it's just a tiny little green dot, like two little green specks, green dots, because I ate pesto before I filmed. And when I saw it, I was like, oh no, I don't want to have to film it all over again. So I am not going to. I'm going to just show you the footage. It's just, a normal thing that happens to all of us. We all get food in our teeth. I didn't check my teeth before I filmed. It's okay. It's a human, normal, natural thing. All right. If it bothers you, you don't have to watch it. You can just listen to it, but it's really a minor thing. So I just want to let you know, I'm aware that there is a little bit of food in my teeth. Okay, but it's not a big deal. Okay, enjoy the video. Bye. Hello. Enjoy the video. Hi, everyone. Wow, I am so excited to be back. It's been a while, right? I've been doing these videos where I have conversations with people, and it's been great. And you guys have been loving them. They've been doing really well. But it's nice to be back in front of the camera by myself to talk about whatever I want to talk about, because I like it. And I don't know, it's fun. My original podcast. I am currently in Bogota, Colombia. I've been here for about 3 weeks. I'm loving it. Right now I'm sitting in front of my window. I have a beautiful view of the city. I'm actually moving to another apartment in a week, so I only have this view for like 1 more week. But the new apartment is in a better neighborhood, so it's worth it. But yeah, I'm really excited. I spent a month with my family and now I'm back in South America. I love South America. I love Colombia. I'm going to be here for a little bit longer. I'm going to be here for like 5 more weeks. And then in the middle of August, I'm going down to Argentina. I know it's winter, it's going to be cold, but I'm back in my South American tour. Even though I'm happy to be filming this video today, I'm a little bit flustered, to be honest. I'm a little bit, I'm feeling honestly kind of disgusted, or very disgusted really right now. It's been an ongoing thing, the situation in the United States with ICE. And we know that that's been a huge problem for a while now. And they've been killing people and putting people in concentration camps. And they've been doing horrible things, like literally just absolutely atrocious, fascist bullshit. And we know that's been going on. But I just saw a video of apparently there was a 26-year-old Colombian who was killed, who was shot by ICE in Maine, which is my home state. And that was just really surreal for me. That was just really like, whoa, because I am from Maine and I am in Colombia. And I never once have to worry about getting shot here. Now, I understand that Colombia is not the safest country in the world and that, I have to be careful. I don't walk around in the nighttime and I don't go to sketchy areas because I could be robbed. I'm aware of that. But it's nothing compared to what's going on in the United States right now. The fact that a 26-year-old Colombian who was also documented, he had his papers, not that it matters, even if he wasn't documented, even if he was suspected to be a criminal, it's never, ever, well, almost never justified to shoot someone in the street. Unless they are literally shooting at you or they're shooting innocent people, there's no reason to shoot someone. So regardless, documented or not, doesn't matter. The fact that someone going to literally, like he was on his way to work, he's just living his normal life and just shot by authorities. I don't have to worry about that in Colombia. Like that wouldn't happen to me here, at least not now, hopefully never. It just was surreal, like basically, a Colombian in Maine got shot and I am a Mainer in Colombia. And when I tell people, some people in the United States, especially older generations, but really anybody, when I tell them like I'm going to Colombia, a lot of people really are like concerned about, is Colombia dangerous? Like, concerned for my safety. It's just the irony of like the Colombian is actually more at risk of danger of literally being killed in my home state than I am here. So it's just kind of a mind fuck. It kind of got in my head today. So I'm a little bit worked up. About that. But my original intention for this video today was to just talk about like my daily routine, because I know you guys like these videos, like these speak with me videos where I just kind of talk about things. It's like a podcast style. You can learn some words and phrases. By the way, this is what I do in my WhatsApp group chat. I record myself talking about random things, sometimes like for 30 minutes. So you basically just get bonus exclusive podcast content from me if you join my WhatsApp group chat. It's a good way to just learn vocabulary, learn phrases, and you can also practice speaking because you can pause it and you can copy me. You can, oh, she just said an interesting word, an interesting phrase. Yeah, I'd like to practice that. I'd like that to be part of my vocabulary. So let me pause and let me copy her. Let me say it. Let me go back and listen. How did she say it? Okay, I'm going to say it like that. That's how you learn a language. People always want to know the complicated secret method. That's it. Okay, that's how I learned Spanish. I listen to Spanish speakers talk. I imitate, listen, imitate. That's how babies learn. That's how we learn. That's how we learn. So yeah, so if you like this kind of content a lot, you could check out my WhatsApp group chat. The link is always on my channel page. Regardless, I know you guys like these YouTube videos. It also gives you like a visual component. You can literally see me. And sometimes I put like the words or phrases up on the screen as well. You can also turn on the captions, the subtitles, so you can read along with me. Like I said, my intention for this video was to be like a typical day in my life, like lately, you know, like from the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, like what do I do in a day? And even though a lot of this vocabulary you might already know, because it's a topic that allows me to just talk about all kinds of different random things that might pop into my head, or there might be things in my routine or certain ways that I talk about it that you haven't heard before. So it's not just like I wake up, I brush my teeth, I eat breakfast. Like obviously that's a part of it, but I'm going to try to get into more details. I'm going to try to get more detailed so that I talk about things that you might not be familiar with, you might not know already. So, and as always, it's just a good practice. It's just a good refresher review. Okay. So let's get into it. That was a long intro. I always do these long intros and then, well, not always. Sometimes I film a long intro and then I'm like, oh, that was too long and I cut it out. And then you guys don't even see it. Sometimes I just get talking and talking. I get rambling. That's what we call it. Just rambling. I just ramble on. I just keep talking. Just keep rambling. Okay, so I'm going to try to think like, for example, today. What was my routine today? My daily routine, but specifically, I'm going to tell you what I did so far today, and I'm going to try to use the verbs in the past tense because I know the verbs in the past tense can be more difficult because a lot of them are irregular or you just might not have as much practice with them. Because usually when you learn a new verb, you learn the present form, but you might forget the past form or you might not use it that much. So I'm going to tell you what I did today so far. So this morning, I woke up around, I think it was, if I remember correctly, I think it was around 9 or just before 9. Now, if you've been watching my videos for a long time, then you know that that's actually quite early for me because I can definitely sleep until noon if I go to bed at 4 in the morning, which is what I sometimes do. But lately, since I came here, I have been going to bed. I've been feeling tired and going to bed a little earlier than normal. I've been getting tired around like 12, 1, and going to bed like by 2 at the latest, sometimes a lot of times earlier. I know that does not sound early for a lot of you, but for me it is, okay? So I think I went to bed at 2 last night. And normally if I go to bed at 2, I'm expecting myself to sleep until at least 10, right? To get a good like 8 hours. Sometimes my body needs more, sometimes less. And today was one of those days when I guess I needed less sleep. I don't know, because I went to bed at 2, but I woke up at like 9. So I only got like 7 hours, which for me is not that much, but some days I'm okay with 7 hours. Some days I'm fine. My body just wakes up at that time and okay. I woke up kind of feeling weird because I had like a very kind of one of those intense nostalgic dreams, you know, like where somebody from your past that you don't really talk to anymore is in your dream and they're like a main character in your dream. And so it was kind of one of those like very nostalgic, like it was one of those dreams where I woke up And I thought, should I contact that person? Should I? And it's not an ex-boyfriend. It's not that. But it was someone who used to be my friend like years ago. And I was like, should I contact that person? Should I send them a message? And I looked for their Instagram and I was like, oh, but I know they're also on Facebook. I don't know, maybe later, but it's that feeling when you first wake up, you feel like, oh, I should reach out to them. Like it's very strong, fresh in your mind. But then as the time goes on, as the time goes by, either way, as the day goes by, you are like, nah, like I don't need to contact them. Nah, I don't need to do that. It's like, why? If I hadn't had that dream, I would have never even thought about it. So why? But I don't know. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm not sure. But it's not like I'm probably even going to be able to see them. I mean, they are in a different country and whatever. But yeah, so I had one of those like strong nostalgic dreams. You wake up and you want to talk to the person that was in your dream. So that happened. I wake up and now I know that you're not supposed to look at your phone when you wake up. Like I know that you're really not supposed to like wake up and reach for your phone and look at your phone. Everybody says it's bad. I know. It's like in theory I get that it's bad. I know that it's bad. But the thing is that a lot of times when I wake up, I just feel like I feel tired. Well, obviously I feel tired, but I also feel like sometimes I just feel kind of crappy and like, I don't know. I guess it's just a habit because I totally could just lay there and just, I know that like as the minutes go by, I would start to wake up more and I would probably start to feel better. But I guess out of like trying to avoid that discomfort or that tiredness, I will look at my phone because I know that will wake me up. Looking at my phone will really wake me up. It's like my coffee. I don't drink coffee, but like my coffee is like looking at my phone. But I'm not like doom scrolling immediately when I wake up. I usually check my notifications. So I will check like my email. I will check my messages, my text messages from my friends, or I will check my WhatsApp group chat. So yeah, I usually just check messages and notifications, stuff like that, basically. So that's what I did. And I laid in bed for a while. And then a lot of times, because I just don't feel like getting out of bed, if I have something to do, like if I have a video that's all ready to post, I will post it from my bed. So this is what I did today. I laid in my bed and I had a short English video to post on Instagram and YouTube. I say English video because I also make short videos in Spanish. I have two different Instagram pages. If you didn't know, I have one in English that's lao.english is my username. And then I have one in Spanish that's just profe.lao. If you watch my short videos on YouTube, then you might not even care about my Instagram. But if you are interested, you can also follow me on Instagram. I just post the same short content that I post on my YouTube channel. But I have one in Spanish and one in English. So I posted a short English video on Instagram and YouTube today. And usually what I do is I post it and then I'll stick around for like 10, 20 minutes and look at people's reactions. I'll respond to some of the first comments and that kind of a thing. See how it's doing and kind of just see what the response is. And because sometimes I might forget a piece of information or I need to clarify something. So I will respond to the comments and then, but once I finally get up, I finally got up out of bed. I made my bed. So I pulled the sheets and the covers up and made my bed all nice. I pulled up, I'm like confused if I'm pulling down or pulling up. Yes, I'm pulling up the shades, right? Because we're opening it. It's going up to let the daylight in. So I pulled up the shades. At nighttime, I pull them down. It would be opposite. I pulled up the shades. That's where I am right now. I'm in my bedroom. I have a beautiful view in here and also in the living room area. This apartment is technically a studio, but the wall between the bedroom and the living room it's not fully like it's not a complete wall. There's no door. It's open. It's like a barrier. It's like a partial wall. So there is a divider. It's a divider. There's a dividing wall between the living room and the bedroom, but there's no door. So it's technically a studio because it's like you can just walk right through it, but there is a divider. So when you're in the living room, you can't see the bedroom. There's a dividing wall there. But I have a great view in both my bedroom and my living room. I'm going to miss that when I move to the next place. It's a nice view. Right now it's 5:40 p.m. in Colombia, and if you know these countries near the equator, that means the sun is setting all year round at this time. The sun is starting to go down. It will really be officially down around like I think 6:30, but I can tell it's starting to have that evening sun. You know, this is kind of like the golden hour. They call it the golden hour. What we call it that, I think, in English. It's a nice time to like take pictures and stuff. I hope there's enough daylight still that my video is light enough. Anyways, so I pulled up the shades to let the light in, and then I went to the bathroom and I brushed my teeth. I like to brush my teeth straight away. You can also say right away. I say that. I say I brush my teeth right away, but another option is I brush my teeth straight away. And I said I brushed in the past. A lot of times verbs in the past in English don't really even sound like verbs in the past because the difference is very subtle. So for example, I brush my teeth, I brushed my teeth. You see how it's so subtle, the difference, like brush, brushed, brush, brushed, brush, brushed, brush, brushed. Sometimes it's so soft, and depending on the verb, sometimes you can barely even tell that it's in the past. In that case, you just have to know that it's in the past based on the context, right? So I'm telling you what I did, so you kind of know that it's a past verb. But sometimes the ending sound is not very strong. It's like it's a subtle like T sound or D sound, and it's not very strong. So yeah, so I brushed my teeth. I like to brush my teeth right away because I like to give my mouth time to kind of get the toothpaste flavor out of my mouth so that I can enjoy the taste of my breakfast. Usually I don't eat breakfast right away because I'm not like hungry immediately. So I like to kind of build up an appetite so that by the time I'm ready to eat, which sometimes is not for a couple hours, I don't have any toothpaste nothingness. I have nothing in my mouth. It's all nothing. I also put a little bit of cream or ointment. Ointment is another word. It's like a healing cream. A little bit of it, a little tiny bit on the tip of my nose. It's pretty much almost fully healed now. But a couple weeks ago, I went to a skin doctor and I got my nose, a little piece of my nose cauterized. And so they like burned it because basically the story is that a year ago, I had a little zit. A zit is kind of like a pimple, but smaller. It's just like really small thing that you can squeeze and white stuff comes out, you know? There's different things. There's also whiteheads, blackheads. I don't know technically what this thing was called, okay? We have different names for different things, but it was like a little zit or a little whitehead on my nose, on the tip of my nose. And normally, I know you're not supposed to squeeze stuff, but I can't help it. It's so tempting. And when I do, 9 times out of 10, it doesn't leave like a scar or anything. So whatever, I just do it. But I did a little one on my nose. I squeezed it and it stayed like a bright red dot, like a wound, like it never healed. It stayed like a bright red dot for a year. And that's my fault for not going to the skin doctor earlier. I should have gone. I don't know why I didn't go, but anyways, I finally went here in Colombia. Well, because I was waiting. I don't know, because I think I didn't want to go when I was in Brazil because like I'm not as confident in Portuguese as I am in Spanish. But I should have just gone. It was fine. I can communicate in Portuguese. Like it's not that bad. But then I left Brazil. I went to Mexico, but I only went for like a month. And then I went to Puerto Rico, and Puerto Rico is part of the United States. And so it's like healthcare is too expensive and whatever. So I didn't want to. Well, that's what I assumed. So I didn't even try to do any healthcare stuff in Puerto Rico or the US. I was just waiting until I go to Colombia because I know that in Colombia, I can get healthcare stuff done for cheap. It's more affordable. And also they can see me immediately, because in the United States, if you do not regularly go to a dermatologist, if you're a new patient and you try to make an appointment, they're going to say, okay, see you in 6 months. And it'll be really expensive. So I said, I'm going to wait until Colombia. So anyways, I finally did it here in Colombia. Yeah, so they just cauterized it to try to, I guess, stimulate. Basically, they gave me a new wound to try to stimulate the healing in that area. So I think it worked. I'm not sure. They did it a couple weeks ago. I actually have my follow-up appointment, my follow-up checkup tomorrow, and we'll see what they said. That literally just before I filmed this video, the scab, the little like skin that goes on top of it, it fell off. But that's what is supposed to happen. Actually, I thought it was going to come off earlier, but it was taking a while. But you're not supposed to peel it. You're not supposed to take it off. You're supposed to let it come off naturally. I think it's looking pretty good. I think the red dot has gone away. I think it's getting back to normal. We'll see what they say tomorrow. Anyways, so I put a little bit of cream. I'm supposed to put cream on like 3 times a day. I don't have any right now. I just kind of took it off for the video, but yeah, so I did that. I got dressed. I put on my clothes. I actually put on my gym clothes because I was planning on going to the gym. And that's what I did. But first, I did some stuff in the kitchen. I had some granadillas. It's like a fruit here in Colombia, in this region, Colombia, Ecuador, Peru. They have a lot of granadillas. It's related to the passion fruit, but it's not acidic. It's just like sweet. I really love them. They're amazing. And Colombia is the biggest producer of them, by the way, if you didn't know that. Well, that's what the internet told me. I don't know. So I had some granadillas, like a little light breakfast. I usually just have a little bit of fruit for breakfast. I really don't eat a lot. Sometimes lately I've been eating pineapple because I love pineapples here in this region of South America. I will eat a whole pineapple. Like usually I eat a whole pineapple for breakfast. But today I had a pineapple on my counter, but I decided to eat the granadillas. So I just had like 4 granadillas or something. And then I kind of just cleaned up a little bit in the kitchen, did some like dishes that I'd left the night before, because sometimes you do that. And I just kind of like prepared a little bit for the day with the kitchen, just kind of getting food ready and stuff. And then it was time to go to the gym. I procrastinated, but I had to go because I had a conversation class scheduled at 4. So I had to go to the gym. So I think I didn't go to the gym until like 2 p.m. But luckily the gym, I can literally see it from my window. The gym is right there. So I just went to the gym. Today was a cardio day. I do strength training on some days and cardio on other days. So some days I'm lifting weights. Some days I'm doing cardio. Today was a cardio day. So the bike machine that I like to use was taken. So I said, you know what? I'm going to just run on the treadmill. And usually I prefer the bike, but today I had an excellent run. It was really great. And I was surprised because when I started running again, when I started getting back into running like a few months ago, well, now it's July and I started getting back into it in March. I remember getting tired like very easily, very quickly. But today, I don't know why, today was really easy. It felt like I could run longer and I wasn't getting as tired as quickly. So it felt really good to run today. And I'm really glad that I did that. So, previously I haven't run since I was like a teenager in high school in sports. It's starting to get a little bit darker. I'm going to wrap up the video soon. Also, I see I've been filming for a while, but so let me try to wrap up what I did today. So had a great run at the gym, came back from the gym, and I had like an hour to take a shower and eat food. So that's what I did. So I jumped in the shower and I ate some food. I had some tofu. When I had some like leftover pesto sauce. So I mixed the pesto with the tofu. I was eating that, and I made just like a little bit of noodles and broccoli with like some soy sauce and like sesame oil. Like I like to do like Asian flavored stuff. Yeah, it was weird. I had like Asian noodles with like pesto tofu. Like it was a weird combination, but I'm just trying to eat up the food that I have in my apartment right now because I'm moving in like less than a week. So I'm just trying to eat up what I have. And I don't care if it's like weird, random combinations of things. I'm just trying to eat my food. So it did the job. It filled me up. And then it was time for my class, but my student forgot about the class. So it was a new person actually. And he texted me like 30 minutes later and was like, oh, I forgot the class. It's okay. It happens. But my policy is that I don't do like refunds or rescheduling if you miss the class. So he's going to have to schedule a new one if he wants to have a class with me. But that was fine. So I just basically just chilled on the couch on my phone. I was probably just scrolling and stuff, waiting for the student to show up, and he didn't show up. So then my plan all along, all day today, my plan was, I knew that my plan was to have the class and then to film the video. But I was procrastinating a little bit, so I was a little bit late to starting the class. That's why it's getting a little bit dark now, but it's okay. I'm almost done. So then that brings me to now, basically, when I sat down and started to film this video. But right before I started filming the video, I saw that video on Instagram about the Colombian that was killed in Maine. He was 26 years old. I am 28. Well, I'm going to be 29 in September, but it's like somebody around my age. Like, it's just so surreal. He was in his car driving to work. We are not angry enough. I know everybody says that on Instagram, but it's cheesy, but it's true. Like, I went back to visit my family, and my family did not bring this up once. They didn't talk about this at all. Why? Because it doesn't affect them, and they live in a bubble. But for the people it does affect, it's an absolute hell nightmare. And I'm just thinking about all the people who are in those camps, who are locked up in those fucking jails right now, basically concentration camp jails, children, women. You know, there's children and women being abused in there too, because there always is. Anytime shit like this happens, even when stuff doesn't happen like this, that goes on. Oh, it enrages me. And there's so many fucked up things in the world. There's so many horrible things going on in the world, and I'm a vegan activist. So I'm also aware of the billions of animals being constantly slaughtered and constantly tortured. And, I have that in my mind. I have all the atrocities that are happening to humans. Friggin' pedophiles and sex trafficking, friggin' United States invading countries and fucking Israel and fucking bombs and killing innocent people and women and children. And whenever women and children are being killed, those people are in the wrong. The people who are doing the killing. I don't care what they claim that their reasoning is. I don't care. If innocent women and children are being killed, the killers are in the wrong. I don't care what is the reason, what the excuse is. No excuse for that. No fucking excuse for that. Anyways, that was my video. I keep it real on this channel. I'm real. I'm authentic. I'm the most authentic English teacher out here. Hopefully I don't get flagged. Hopefully this video is monetized on YouTube. Jesus Christ. But I got to keep it real with you guys. And if you like me and my perspectives and keeping it real and what I have to say, you can always join my WhatsApp group chat. You can take a conversation class with me, private one, whatever you want. You can comment on my videos. I appreciate the community a lot. I appreciate when people connect with me in any way that they can. And we just unite because, I had this idea of I'm going to start introducing myself. Like when people ask where I'm from, I normally don't say where it's not like part of my identity. Like I don't hi, I'm Lau from the United States. But people ask me where I'm from, and I thought about starting to say I am from the not United States, or the states that aren't united. Like in Spanish, you can say Estados no unidos. Probably people would get confused about what I'm saying, but I was thinking about saying I'm from the not United States, the states that are not united. Like every place in the world, there are great things and there are horrible things going on there. It's never all Americans or all United States or it's never that. There are fascists and there are non-fascists, and it's simple as that. And then there are people who are just silent and they're being complicit because they're not fighting against it. But yeah, you can find this here in Colombia. There's fascists and non-fascists here anywhere. So it's a humanity thing. It's not a country thing. It's a humanity thing. We're just seeing it, pretty in our face right now in the United States, but it's happening in humanity in general. So anyways, not to leave on a negative note, but that's I think I'm going to stop the video there. What am I going to do for the rest of the day? Probably because I don't have a lot of food left in my kitchen, and I don't know. I'm in the mood to like go out, and so I think I might go to a vegan restaurant and eat some dinner out tonight. I think I might treat myself. It's just traumatized. I think I need to treat myself to some nice vegan cruelty-free food. You know, hey, I like to support the vegan restaurants in Colombia and everywhere. I like to support them, you know, because it's hard to have a restaurant business in general, and then especially to have a vegan one. Like, I like to support them. So that's what I tell myself as an excuse, like, okay, you can go out to eat because you're supporting the vegan restaurants. It's whatever, it still works. Okay. So have a wonderful day, night, life. Please remember to always think about the victims in any situation. Think about who are really the victims. Yeah, stand up for the victims. Always stand up for the victims. Fight against oppression. All forms of oppression. All forms of oppression. All right. This is a great English class, hopefully. Love ya. Bye.